this message reached you, this is for you. This is for me. And I truly believe that divine union, or coming home to yourself, or being centered and balanced, they're all the same thing. But I see it as, we have the ability to look outside of us for the answers. But when you go within, in your heart, where your kingdom lives, I believe heaven is inside of us. And as we connect to our center, to that divine alignment, to all that is, because we're all connected and we all are one. When we connect to our center, we're connected to everything. And that's what being in the present moment is. So a lot of stuff comes up for me when I want to do videos, and quite frankly, it makes me a little sad that it's been over a year since I've done videos. And I'm really not going to be too hard on myself, because I know we've all gone through deep transformations throughout everything that's been going on. But I've been getting the message so strongly for a long time. You need to talk about this. You need to put this out. And then I sit down, I look at the camera, I look at the things I judge about myself. One of my gifts, which it doesn't feel like a gift a lot of the time, but I sense or feel or see the very first thing. They say when you meet somebody, the first impression is like 30 seconds, right? So within the first couple of minutes of meeting somebody, I typically, and even with myself, see like those deepest, darkest wounds. And if you're a healer, you're supposed to bring those things out or help things come to light. Not that I'm doing the healing, but opening your channel through centeredness and balance, divine union. When you're centered, you open your channel and the bandwidth gets bigger and your connection gets larger and stronger and more powerful. And being sensitive is not a downfall. It's just a little troublesome if you don't know how to control yourself or be sovereign in your emotions. And a lot of us have our emotions running the show, our thoughts running the show. And so lately, sometimes it takes a long time for things to hit you, but I know for sure that I let my thoughts, which are terrible, I literally think of the worst, scariest thing, which is probably a defense mechanism for a lot of us, to protect ourselves through being a wounded healer and a lot of trauma as a child. Which, you know what? We'll talk about that later. But I feel a lot of people, when I say that, look at me like, this girl probably doesn't know trauma. Like, what does she know? But the truth is, when trauma is defined as something that you saw as hurting you and not benefiting you ever, you never found the benefit in it, and you held on to it, and it shaped who you were, your personal reality, your personality, your emotions, your thoughts, and your feelings. And truly, they are all just patterns, and we can control our reality by the way we think, thus the way we feel. Thoughts become real, and the way you feel. And you have to also, the opposite side of that is you have to heal, you have to feel to heal. And to be your best self, you have to chip away at those things that aren't you and keep peeling back the layers. And I found that, there's so many ways, and I just want to talk. I just want to share. Because if you're not fitting into this world like I don't, you're here to create a new one. And it's hard because you start to dim your light more and more. It's hard to find friends. Your family doesn't support you. You don't feel loved. You don't love yourself. You don't feel confident. A lot of the times we're picking up other people's energy, other people's thoughts, but if you didn't have that energy inside of you, you wouldn't be able to pick up on it. So as you change the way you think and feel, your reality starts to look a little bit different, and you can be in the same room with the same people and have a totally different experience based on what you're thinking and feeling. And so if you can get addicted to the dream of your future, the thought of the good things, and know that you're moving towards that, that's what's going to help shift your life. But we all have that monkey mind. Your mind is separate consciousness. That's a Buddhist, or I don't know. It's some belief, I think, Tibetan. I want to learn more about that, but there's consciousness and the higher consciousness or soul that's guiding us, and then we have our mind, which is separation consciousness, which is made to think things and to compute and figure things out, and the mind needs to stay busy. Boom, boom. Okay, so that's my cue. I'm gonna go, but a couple little more pointers, things I really needed to put out there. I'm guided to just share how I'm thinking and feeling, and you know what, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can flip off at any time, or like, you're in control. You don't have to be here, so I'm not forcing anybody. I'm just getting this out for me and doing this for me and staying in my lane. And because how can you change and be your best self if you're hiding and you're not shining your light? And if you're dimming your light, the light starts to diminish. So to light your flame, to share your heart, to let the fire in your heart light the way, which is your passion, your love for things, your creativity, your ability to be vulnerable and free yourself and your emotions, and to just not hide. Even if you're scared of, people aren't going to choose you. People are not going to understand. But it's going to feel so much better if you just keep emitting that light, standing firm in your truth, saying how you think and feel. Yeah, be kind, have tact, have respect, but honor your boundaries. And one of those boundaries could be saying no to somebody and saying yes to yourself. Getting on video when that's something I want to do, that's something my soul is telling me to do, that's a boundary, a positive boundary. This is something I'm being guided to do, so I'm going to take that step. And as you take those steps that your soul is leading you, you are climbing the staircase to enlightenment. Enlightenment can be reached at any moment, but you have to experience it first. We all have up and down, enlightenment's way up there, right? But it's not a ladder. It's a circle. And as you come within and you center, all of it's yours. You can feel everything at once. You can have low shadows that you're working with and still be enlightened. You don't need to get rid of the shadow and just be love and light to be enlightened. Enlightenment is just being in the now, in all that you are, in your fullest expression of light and love. And we all have those dark parts. We're driven by that love, that conscious love. But the separate consciousness, the dark that's separating us, it's dark because it's the absence of that love and light. And we don't need to kill it and push it away and get, go at war with it. We need to love it, accept it, know that it's there, see it for what it is, thank it for showing us where we're at in life, and hold it as our own, because it's a small piece of us that's been hurt and triggered and grew a lot of thorns to protect you because it loves you so much. Everything is love, or the absence or pinching off from that love. And all you gotta do is just open up a little bit more each day, allowing yourself to blossom, sharing your gifts with the world. That's how you learn, heal, and grow. By pushing the barriers, growing outside of the box, loving yourself, forgiving yourself, taking the steps, having routine. Turn the mundane into the magical. We have to learn how to be human. We are not here to be these gurus. We came as gurus to be human, so we can lift up the vibration of the planet and live a life that we love. But you aren't going to do that by telling everybody else what to do. You do it by doing it for yourself. Be about it. Don't speak about it. Just shine by example. So, and then the last thing I wanted to say was, when you do that, when you push outside of the barriers, when you transmute, you transform, and you transcend everything, and you rise up in love, and you get bigger and brighter and stronger, and you light the way for more people, and we all light each other up a little bit more, and the consciousness raises of the world. We need more love to get more love. So keep breathing, keep watching your thoughts, and know that as you take the steps, you start to shift physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all levels. Your cells, your face starts to look different, your body, your mind, your soul. That's transformation. You're worth it. Be gentle with yourself. Be your best supporter, your biggest cheerleader, and do the work, because you're worth it. And I love you. I'll talk to you soon.